Good morning, YouTube. So, the OnePlus 2 has now officially been unveiled. Lots of the tech press and tech YouTubers have got to play with it. This video is going to be a video about my initial thoughts on the OnePlus 2, one of the phones I've been the most excited about for this year. So, am I satisfied with the OnePlus 2? I would say I am 90% satisfied with it. And here are the reasons. So what do we want in a new phone? What do I want in a new phone? At a bare minimum, where I'm going to be happy, I need to see, first of all, a faster phone. When I use the phone, when I'm using Android on the phone, I want to perceptibly notice that it's faster, it's quicker, the processor's performing better, everything is quicker. So is it going to be faster? I haven't played with the phone yet. But from what I can tell, it is faster. The Snapdragon 810 is a big jump from the Snapdragon 801. There's 4 gigs of RAM. So as far as performance goes, I don't think there's going to be an issue. I'm pretty excited to see it. Second thing I would want to see is a better screen. I would have liked to see a 1440p screen. OnePlus has decided to continue with a 1080p screen. But that's fine given the performance and battery benefits, and from what I'm hearing, it is a much better screen. So if I can hold the two phones, the OnePlus 1 and the OnePlus 2, and look at both 1080p screens and really see a difference in the quality of the image, which from what I'm hearing, it is a brighter, better screen. Better camera, yeah, from what I'm hearing also, the camera has improved a lot. I don't know how much their software has improved, but the actual hardware, the OmniVision camera they're using now, I'm pretty excited about that. 13 megapixel camera with bigger 1.4 micron pixels, I believe. Very excited about that. So performance, check. Screen, check. I guess, yeah, check. I'll give it a check for now until I actually see it. Camera, definitely a check. So that's the bare minimum I want to see in a new version of a phone. I think we got that. What else would I like to see? Better battery. That'd be good. Seems like there is going to be a better battery. And then another bonus would be a better actual physical design. From what I'm hearing, the design has improved a lot as well. There's a metal frame around it. The buttons feel much nicer. I thought the OnePlus 1 was a really nicely designed phone. I love the way the back feels. So I'm really happy to see they've actually improved on that. That's a bonus. I didn't even really think it needed that much improvement. But adding a metal frame, adding the metal switches with the alert switch, I honestly think every Android phone is going to have this in the future. I'm surprised the iPhone has had this from day one and it has not caught on with Android phones. I'm really happy to see that OnePlus did that. In fact, it's a 3-position switch, so that's really, really good. So in that respect, in terms of design, I'm very happy. I'm happy they decided to keep the screen at 5.5 inches so that they didn't make it much bigger or much smaller. So very happy with the design choices they made. Then we'd like to see some extra features. That would be bonus. So what are maybe new features, new experiences? So what are all the different kinds of superphone new features that OnePlus could choose from so that, for the new phone? So here is a list of various additional high-end features that they probably could have chosen to add to this phone. So number 1, fingerprint sensor. Number 2, a 1440p screen. Number 3, it's waterproof. Number 4, fast charging. Number 5, wireless charging. Number 6, 128 gigabyte storage option. Number 7, stereo speakers. Number 8, NFC. More on this in a second. And number 9, USB-C. So I imagine this is a pretty good list of the type of things that they could have added when they were choosing features for their high-end phone. So they've only added 2 features on this list. They added the fingerprint sensor, which is great, and I hear it's a very, very good one. I'm looking forward to seeing how it is. And they've added USB-C, which I'm also very happy about. That's a good decision, I think. And that's probably the only thing that actually reflects their calling it the 2016 flagship. It's not a 2016 flagship. It's barely a 2015 flagship, maybe except for the processor. But I do like that they chose to go with USB-C. I think that was a good decision. I think the fingerprint sensor was also a good decision. As far as the things they left, to me personally, the big one would be, I guess, the screen and fast charging. NFC, a lot of people have been freaking out over because they chose not to have NFC. I think it was a very poor decision because, well, first of all, they're going backwards. The OnePlus One had NFC, so I don't understand why they took it out. And secondly, it's not a huge cost issue from what I understand. Also, there was a OnePlus One survey, a OnePlus One owner survey that they did, where many owners said they don't use NFC, so they're saying they based it on that. But there's not much you could do with NFC before, but it keeps increasing, and especially with Google Pay around the corner. I don't know if that was a good decision, but I'm sure they'll reverse it on the OnePlus 3. The OnePlus 3 will have NFC again, so let's see how that goes. The other things, I know they would have all added cost. Maybe one day in the future, OnePlus One will have a really high-end phone where they add all this stuff and charge a bunch more money. But I'm okay with them passing on almost everything else except for the fast charging. Though I feel like the OnePlus One charges pretty fast, so let's see how the OnePlus 2 charges. They did add a dual SIM, which is useful to many people around the world. So, lastly, should OnePlus One really be calling this a flagship phone? I think they can call it a flagship phone for one big reason. It's got pretty much the highest end processor you can get today. It's got the most RAM that you can get today. It might have the best camera that you can get today. So, that's flagship territory. Doesn't have the best storage, doesn't have the best charging, and does it look like a flagship, like in terms of the physical hardware, like the design? And I'm hearing that it does. So it's a flagship, sure. It's a stripper flagship because it's missing a lot of features that flagships may have, and it's a flagship in 2015. The only thing flagship worthy of it that will still be current in 2016 is maybe USB-C. I can't see, I mean, the processor is going to improve. Lots of phones will have 4 gig RAM. So there's not really, like, if you stack it up against a phone that comes out 1 year from now, it's not going to look like a flagship or even a flagship killer at all. So that's a bunch of marketing on their part, but I guess that's their thing. Doesn't affect my view on the phone. I also want to talk about the presentation. The presentation was awesome in VR. I really was not expecting it would work for me as well as it did. And I also didn't realize it wasn't going to be a live presentation. I was kind of thinking they're just going to be standing on a stage like every other phone presentation and doing it live. And I was thinking, what's the point of VR if you're sitting in the audience? But they didn't do that at all. Instead, they did it from their office, and I think they did it pretty well. I thought Carl was pretty good on camera with presenting the phone. It was really nice to see the inside of their offices. Those offices are pretty nice for a company that's 1.5 years old. And then I liked looking around and seeing, you know, like the little secret codes that they put in there. So I think they did a good job with the presentation. Totally more innovative than like pretty much every other phone presentation to date. Everyone else just tries to be Apple. So this was really, really completely something new and different. So definitely kudos to OnePlus for that. I wonder if other companies are going to start copying this and having VR presentations like this. More videos coming soon, so subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.